is nice, isn't it?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well, it don't get much better than this. Look at us, we're on the Pacific Coast Highway. You've got the ocean, you've got the sea breeze.
I mean, it doesn't feel like the PCH to me. Whoa, what are you doing?
Car restoration reality shows have carved a special place in our hearts, not just for the gripping drama or the stunning transformations, but for the remarkable second chances they offer vehicles that have seen better days. In this genre, one show stands out: Wheeler Dealers. It's similar to many other car restoration series, but with a twist. Instead of the conventional shop setting, we follow the journey of the charismatic car enthusiast and former dealer, Mike Brewer, as he journeys to discover long-forgotten, dilapidated cars and then entrusts them to a talented mechanic who breathes new life into these machines. Their ultimate goal? To restore these automobiles to their former glory and, of course, turn a profit. Since it premiered as a British TV series in 2003, Wheeler Dealers has made a huge splash in the reality TV scene. Initially set in the UK, the show featured the brilliant Edd China as its master mechanic. However, in 2014, it shifted gears.
Yes, I'm afraid it's true, and I'm really sorry. After 13 years of making Wheeler Dealers, I'm now going to be leaving the show.
Relocating its filming to sunny California in the United States. This change in scenery coincided with the introduction of Ant Anstead as the new resident mechanic in 2017. Ant quickly became a fan favorite during his tenure, working on the show from season 14 to 16. As devoted fans of the show, it's only natural to be curious about what has become of Ant Anstead since his departure. So join us as we delve into the life of Ant Anstead after Wheeler Dealers.
An E46 BMW M3.
Yeah, but not just any old E46 BMW M3. It's the ultimate drive machine.
Love the colour.
Ant's journey began as Anthony Richard Anstead in Plymouth, Devon, England. He was born on the 28th of March 1979 as the second child in a family of 4 boys. There's not much information about his siblings, but his younger brother, Michael S. Anstead, has popped up in the public every now and then. Ant's upbringing was in Cambridgeshire, but at 10, he relocated to Hertfordshire, where he attended Richard Hale School. Later, he continued his education at Haileybury School, completing his A-levels. At 18, Ant chose a somewhat unconventional path rather than pursuing higher education. He enrolled in police training and, in 1999, became a police constable at Hertfordshire Constabulary and was first stationed at Bishop Stortford. From there, he moved to Cheshire Police Station and became a tactical firearms team member in Welwyn Garden City. At the time, he was one of the youngest armed officers in the country and earned 2 commendations for bravery during his 6 years as a police officer. Despite his successful career in law enforcement, Ant's true passion for cars beckoned. He turned to semi-professional soccer to fund this passion, playing 700 games over 17 years. In football, he achieved a unique feat by winning Ryman League promotions in 2 positions, goalkeeper and striker. Ant's journey as a car builder began with humble roots. He initially converted a derelict cow shed on a farmer's property in exchange for a year of free rent. This shed became his workshop as he started building cars. Over the course of 3 years on the farm, Ant's business gradually gained momentum. As his reputation and experience in car building grew, he moved to a larger and more modern location. Here, he established a team of skilled car builders and commenced crafting bespoke cars and one-of-a-kind pieces of automotive art for clients and collectors. With a burgeoning reputation and an impressive portfolio of automotive craftsmanship, Ant's talents attracted the attention of television networks. This marked the beginning of his television career, where he would go on to showcase his expertise in car restoration and building. Ant is very particular about only taking on projects that interest him, so when he was offered the opportunity to appear on British television, he actually turned it down. But he would later give in to the allure of reality TV. In 2014, he established his own television production company, Angel 22, and went on to produce the show World's Most Expensive Cars. Aside from running Angel 22, Ant agreed to be a co-host, Joining Philip Glenister on the show for the love of cars, Ant had a personality that exuded versatility and a natural on-camera presence that allowed him to be able to host TV shows from anywhere. It didn't matter if it was in the car, while he was on the road, at home, or in the workshop. This natural on-screen presence would be of great benefit when he joined James May and Kate Humble as one of the presenters of the BBC live show Building Cars Live. In 2016, he appeared in New York, America's busiest city, The Lost Lotus, Restoring a Race Car, Chinese New Year, The Biggest Celebration on Earth, and Kraft, I Made This. The following year, he was in World's Most Expensive Cars, Britain's Greatest Invention, Craft It Yourself, Sunday Brunch Live, and the one we all know him for, Wheeler Dealers. Wheeler Dealers was a UK affair until it changed direction and decided filming would now be done in California. Ant was cast in the series in 2017 when Edd China left the show. Surprisingly, Ant accepted the offer, packing up his entire life in the UK and moving to Southern California to be a part of the show, unsure of how long the show would actually remain in the United States. We don't know precisely what prompted Ant to make such a drastic change in his life, but we like to mention that it is around that time he divorced his first wife, Louise, with whom he has a daughter and son. Although divorce may be unconnected with him moving to another country, it's not uncommon for people to make drastic decisions after something as huge as a divorce. Ant's appearance on Wheeler Dealers was a welcome addition for fans of the show. He was very well loved and shared a fantastic bromance with Mike Brewer, so it came as a shock when Ant Anstead announced on Instagram that he would be leaving the show after only 3 seasons. In the post, Ant explained why he was leaving, something reality TV stars hardly do. Mike Brewer has decided the show would return to the UK for the 17th season since it's what most of the audience want, and Ant decided he would not go with it. In the post, he said he was more than happy to hand over the Spanners to Mark Elvis Priestley, who was taking his place. Ant's reasons for leaving the show were very valid. He had now made California his home and wasn't willing to pack everything up and head back to the UK. Plus, he also has other shows keeping him engaged in the state. But there was something else that happened to Ant just around the same time Wheeler Dealers was heading back to the UK. Remember how we mentioned that Ant went through a divorce around the same time he joined the cast of Wheeler Dealers? Well, the same thing happened when the show was going back to the UK for the 17th season. Same problem, different woman. Ant tied the knot with his first wife Louise in 2005, and they welcomed their beautiful daughter, Emily. As time passed, their family grew with the addition of a son, Archie. However, after a 12-year journey together, their paths diverged in 2017. Interestingly, 2017 marked the end of Ant's first marriage and the beginning of a new chapter in his romantic life. It was the same year he began dating Christina El Moussa, known for her role on the show Flip or Flop. Christina used to be married to her co-host, Tarek El Moussa, and they were parents to a daughter named Taylor and a son named Braden. However, their marriage came to an end in 2016 due to various reasons. Ant and Christina's love story officially began in October 2017. What's intriguing is that their introduction came courtesy of a mutual friend. On December 22, 2018, Ant and Christina exchanged their vows at their home in Newport Beach, California. While many expected their wedding to be a lavish affair, the couple surprised everyone by keeping it a well-guarded secret. They described it as their mystery winter wonderland wedding, attended by just 70 of their closest loved ones. Remarkably, during all these personal milestones, Ant continued to be the dedicated mechanic on Wheeler Dealers alongside his co-host, Mike. In May 2019, Christina spoke to USA Today about being very happy to have met Ant Anstead. She expressed that she was excited to start a family with him after experiencing love at first sight. But apparently, like a roaring flame that burns fast and loud at first, that love fizzled out. In September 2020, Christina and Ant filed for a divorce, citing inconceivable differences. It remains unclear what ultimately led to their split. However, sources report that Christina and Ant had been struggling with their relationship for a year since the birth of their son, Hudson. Christina was the first to take to social media to announce the separation. In an Instagram post that has long since been deleted, she wrote that she and Anstead had made the difficult decision to separate. She closed the post by saying their children would always remain their priority and asked that the fans respect their privacy. About a week after her announcement, Ant also took to Instagram to discuss the breakup. In his post, he insinuated that he never wanted to break up. He spoke about having remained silent while holding on to hope and not giving up on their marriage. He even prayed that Christina's decision would bring her peace. 9 months after the news of their separation, Christina and Ant Anstead were officially divorced. Similar to what happened with his first wife, Ant moved out of the home he shared with Christina, walking away entirely from everything. He moved into a small rental apartment before moving into a house. Ant was devastated about the divorce. It impacted his sleep and diet. In interviews, he stated that only the presence of his son Hudson kept him going. Now, he's focusing on what the future holds, and the future is very good. So, when Wheeler Dealers packed up and decided to move back to the UK, Ant agreed he would remain in California so he would not be far from his son Hudson. Isn't that sweet? Since leaving Wheeler Dealers, Ant Anstead has enjoyed a lovely ride so far. Fans of the show were undoubtedly saddened to bid farewell to Ant Anstead, as he was an integral part of Wheeler Dealers. Over the years, Mike Brewer had earned a reputation for being unable to keep his mechanics. Ant's departure was inevitable. It was a choice that prioritized family. In the wake of leaving the show, Ant redirected his focus towards spending quality time with his son and embarking on a journey of personal healing following his divorce. Coping with a high-profile breakup being a celebrity meant that Ant had to endure the painful process in the public eye. Unfortunately, he received a barrage of hurtful and unsolicited messages on social media after announcing his split from Christina. The intensity of these messages became so overwhelming that he had to temporarily disable comments on his social media accounts to protect his peace. Despite his departure from Wheeler Dealers, Ant Anstead remains a prominent figure in reality TV. He has continued to engage in new projects, including World's Greatest Cars on Sky and Celebrity IOU, Joyride on Discovery Plus. Additionally, Ant is involved in another exciting venture, the details of which are yet to be unveiled. Throughout all these challenges, Ant's friendship with Mike Brewer remains steadfast. They will always cherish the memorable moments they shared on the show, particularly when they teamed up to achieve the biggest profit in Wheeler Dealers history. The car is a 1965 Austin Healey 3000 Mark III BJ8 convertible from Series 14. It sold at auction for $71,000. It remains the most profitable car ever sold on the show. On the personal side, Ant has given love another chance, this time with Renee Zellweger, the Bridget Jones actress. Renee and Ant have been quietly dating for over 2 years, and she's even getting very close with Ant's son, Hudson. Before we know it, we might hear those wedding bells ringing again. Ant still shares custody of Hudson with Christina, who lives in Orange County with her third husband, Josh Hall.